Racing in on the jet stream, the storm they'd named St Jude rattled our roof tiles and announced its presence with a swathe of damage. As predicted, the channel-facing seaside towns and cities were the first to face the wind as it howled in from the west. In this case, the calm waters of Brighton Marina, encircled by the white horses of a treacherous tide. Recorded wind speeds steadily increased. 70, 80, 90 miles an hour.
There it goes.
Sending a marquee somersaulting across a neighbouring garden. Bringing tiles crashing from this tower block, toppling trees and claiming lives. 17-year-old Bethany Freeman died as she slept in a mobile home which was crushed by a 30-foot tree. Her mother, sleeping in another mobile home a few yards away, survived. Bethany and her family were living in this temporary accommodation while their home was being rebuilt. Bethany went to school in Tunbridge Wells, just a short distance from here. This afternoon on the school website, she was described as universally respected, with everything to look forward to. Neil Chapman had been teaching Bethany to drive.
Oh, she was a lovely kid. I can't believe it. I just arrived here and just found out. Shocked. What can I say, really?
In Watford, north of London, Donald Drohan died when a tree fell across his car. Police said he had simply been in the wrong place at the wrong time. A few seconds either way could have saved him. At Hounslow in West London, a man and a woman died in an explosion which wrecked 3 houses. It's thought a falling tree had severed a gas pipe.
During the course of the day, unfortunately 2 bodies have been found in 47 Bath Road, bodies of a male and a female. I must stress they're in different parts of the building, and at this stage I would like to offer my condolences to the family of the 2 deceased.
On the south coast, the search for a 14-year-old boy missing since yesterday has been called off. Lifeboat crews and Coast Guard teams had spent long hours in worsening weather conditions, but to no avail. Dylan Elkins was swept away from the shoreline at Newhaven in East Sussex as the storm approached. St Jude's track was marked by power cuts. Cables parted, poles collapsed, and the lights went out in around 500,000 homes.
See if the lights are working? No.
Dorothy Pickering lives in a Berkshire village which lost its power and the pumps which supply its water.
Woke up at 6-ish and suddenly everything was black and there was nothing. So came down and got the radio and put it on the battery to check what was happening, and then knew that we had no electricity.
St Jude's dash towards the east took it into the Monday rush hour with inevitable consequences. Rail operators had anticipated disruption, but dozens of lines were blocked by falling trees, adding to the cancellations. At Reading Station on the main line between London, Wales and the southwest, commuters filled the mobile networks with their calls of apology and explanation.
Trying to get to Winchester, and it's just a nightmare, absolute nightmare.
It's been a horrible one. I'm heading to Southampton and I'm stuck here, so I don't think I'll get to my destination on time.
The gales, or what's left of them, are headed for Scandinavia, but their passing will be remembered for a good while yet. By families coping with the loss of those they loved. By shipping companies whose vessels rode out the storm and the passengers who travelled through it. By the emergency crews still labouring to get the power flowing and the trains running. Today's science had given us adequate warning, but St Jude is another reminder of the unpredictable consequences of an autumn storm. Robert Hall, BBC News, Kent.